Let's see. Alright, so if you are new to my channel, or if you know me personally and have somehow managed to avoid ever hearing me talk about this subject, this video is for you. I wanted to make a video explaining why I am against fast fashion. So we'll start back when I was in college. I was taking fashion design classes. Fashion was always my passion in life and what I wanted to do, but had the opportunity to study under an amazing professor at the University of Illinois. Her name is Susan Becker, and she actually took, I think, about 2 weeks in our semester to educate us on the negative impact that the fashion industry has. And at about 19 years old, this was not something that I ever really heard of or thought about. Maybe I had, but I was still very much into trends and shopped fast fashion. But anyway, we learned about how fashion was the #3 polluter to the environment, how dyes running off into water supply pollutes the water, the way people are treated to make clothing. Hearing all of that, I was like, my whole thing is supposed to be sustainability. I'm a huge hypocrite. How can I want to do this as my life's work? And sort of like very dramatically at the time, I was like, I don't want to do fashion anymore. It'll just be a hobby. And I kind of like walked away from fashion at that point, but here we are. Obviously, it's still very much a part of my life, and I think one of my greatest gifts that I've been given, and so I have to do something with it. And so that brings me to the other reasons why I'm against fast fashion and things that people should think about when they're making purchasing decisions and how they're spending their money and who they're supporting. Fast fashion has changed the fashion industry as a whole. It makes people expect to have new styles all the time. You know, every month you go into the store, there are entirely different things than you had before, and that has caused a huge shakeup of the whole fashion industry. Fashion designers that used to put out 4 to 6 collections a year are now putting out way more than that because of the pressure that fast fashion has put on them, because people that are used to always being able to go into the store and have something brand new now expect that of high-end designers as well. So they, in order to compete, are having to put out way more collections, produce way more, and ultimately contribute to more waste. The way it's changed the fashion industry is definitely for the worse. We just expect so much. We expect new styles all the time, and that is the fast fashion industry's goal. They want you to have to want new stuff all the time. That's how they make their money. Quick turnover of their stock means that you have to buy a whole new wardrobe because everything you bought last season or even last month isn't in style anymore, as they want you to believe. The fast fashion industry is very cheaply made clothing, very inexpensive stuff, and it has made us expect to have a $5 t-shirt and that things should cost that amount and that things should be that cheap. And even I hear people out and about in the world saying like, oh, that's like, you know, a $35 t-shirt, that's way too expensive. But that, in my mind, is what something should cost. That's how much it has to cost in order to pay your workers fairly and use materials that aren't harming the environment, and to use, you know, quality fabrics that aren't going to fall apart in the wash. We have a totally skewed and wrong perspective of what things should cost, and fast fashion is to blame for that. They are able to produce $5 t-shirts because they are not paying their workers fairly. We should expect things to cost what they're worth and cost a price that they're able to be made fairly, but also last us for a long time. Something that I've been thinking about a lot lately is what I love about fashion is how we express ourselves to the world, how we present ourselves, how we dress ourselves to feel powerful and comfortable for that day and what we're doing in our lives. And I often wonder if you're wearing pieces that were made by people that were in really unfair conditions and suffering, can you really feel truly empowered and confident in that piece of clothing? I kind of doubt it. If you are someone like me who believes in like kind of energy and the transfer of energy, if you're wearing a garment that was made by someone suffering, I don't think that you can really feel good wearing that. I think it definitely has an effect. It's just like eating factory farmed meat and taking something into your body from something that was suffering. I think it's the same thing as wearing something on your body. So those are all my points. You can watch documentaries like The True Cost that really gives you a much more in-depth look into what life is like for those workers making those $5 t-shirts. Yeah, that's why I do everything I do. That's why I have my Instagram and my YouTube channel. My goal in life is to change the way people interact with clothing and think about clothing, and I want to change the world in that way. So thank you so much for watching. I don't often say this, but this is something new that I'm doing and I love doing it. So if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, I would so appreciate your subscription and having you here and being a part of this. I promise that my videos will get better and better. Each one that I make is truly something I love doing, and I hope to reach and help as many people through it. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.